Selamat pagi kawan-kawan media yang saya banggakan, saya sayangi. Tadi kayaknya saya bicara udah jelas tuh, udah sampai batuk-batuk gitu. Jadi konferensi ini atau workshop ini sangat penting untuk seluruh dunia karena laut dunia itu satu. Laut Indonesia tersambung dengan laut South America, semua jadi satu. Jadi keberlanjutan dari stok ikan di sebuah wilayah itu adalah juga mempengaruhi wilayah lainnya. Kita juga tahu 68% yellowfin stok yellowfin dunia itu datang dari laut kita Banda. Nah, kooperasi ini sangat penting. Kita juga menggalang dukungan sekaligus selain memberikan pembelajaran. Indonesia ini karena sudah sangat maju. Salah satu keberhasilan kita adalah membuat di APEC itu akhirnya di G20 artikel 40 itu mengadop bahwa IUU fishing itu adalah satu kejahatan serius yang harus disikapi bersama. Nah, di sini banyak negara-negara Afrika, South America, mereka punya problem kita 5 tahun yang lalu. Nah, kita udah nggak ada, 5 tahun lalu kita udah selesaiin gitu. Tapi kita juga nyelesainnya ya cuma nenglemin. Pemilik kapalnya di luar negeri belum bisa kita tarik untuk bertanggung jawab. Kan lucu. Jadi inilah workshop ini untuk melatih mereka menganalisa kejahatan-kejahatan ilegal unregulated fishing. Yang kedua juga untuk kooperasi bersama, cooperation, supaya kita ini bisa berbagi informasi. Banyak negara belum mau membuka data PMS-nya misalnya. Tadi saya minta mereka membuka data PMS-nya. Intinya, ikan dunia ini penting bagi semua negara. Ya sekarang kita bangga dengan biomas dan banyaknya ikan di negeri kita. Tapi kalau di luar negerinya kurang dijaga juga nanti akan berpengaruh kembali kepada kita seperti domino juga. Jadi penting untuk menggalang komitmen bersama dan juga aksi bersama. Nah, kita yang akan galang tuh komitmen, together komitmen, kemudian together action. Nah, kita harapkan kalau komitmennya ini sudah nanti tertulis semua, kita sama-sama menyetujui transnational organized crime, kita labelkan ke IUU fishing. Yang kedua, aksi bersama. Termasuk salah satunya juga keinginan saya supaya laut ini diberi hak asasi laut. Manusia yang kecil saja punya hak asasi. Laut ini 70% adalah dari planet ini 71%-nya laut. Itu yang paling penting. Itu saja sih supaya untuk kecukupan protein untuk manusia di dunia ini yang setiap tahun tambah bukan berkurang. Jadi jumlah yang mati sama jumlah yang lahir itu tetap lebih banyak yang lahir. Berarti kan lebih banyak makanan diperlukan. Untuk Indonesia ikan menjadi hal yang sangat penting, lebih penting karena ya murah, gampang diakses oleh semua orang. Lalu yang kedua juga populasi kita kan naik makin tinggi, kebutuhannya makin banyak. Kira-kira seperti itu. Ya, terima kasih. Ya kita akan encourage, pasti kita encourage, pasti Bu Menlu nanti ngajak semua kayak tadi saya ngajak, buka dong data kamu. Kan seperti FAO sudah bikin PSME, semua pelabuhan tidak boleh menerima hasil tangkapan kapal-kapal ilegal atau melayani kapal-kapal IUU. Persoalannya adalah sekarang memang kapal-kapal IUU kan tidak pernah ke pelabuhan juga. Kalau ke pelabuhan pasti dengan kamuflase, kayak kemarin kapal nikah kan itu dengan kapal kargo namanya, bukan kapal ikan. Seperti itu. Ya kapal collecting ini memang semua pencuci ikan ilegal. Kan tidak boleh di Indonesia. Kapal angkut lokal saja. Collecting internasional yang gajah-gajah tidak boleh masuk sini. Kita udah ban. Dengan nge-ban transshipment, kapal collecting itu tidak masuk lagi. Nah, sekarang yang terjadi bukan kapal angkut dalam negeri, kapal ikan dalam negeri lari keluar, dijual di high seas. Makanya kita perlu ocean rights tadi supaya high seas punya proteksi, punya perlindungan. Sekarang ini kejahatan dilakukannya di high seas semua. Jadi mereka tuh bisa buang jaring, ditariknya dari luar IIZ, karena jaringnya puluhan kilometer. Pancing long line 150 km panjangnya.
Republic of Indonesia. Let's count 3, 2, go. 3, 2, and 1. Now the second group of the participants, the first group of the participants, please be seated. The second group.
Passion on taking how to protect our ocean. Apologize for that. But for the growth of global population, we should care of our oceans. We need the protein diet for all of us, very important, to have quality of the mankind. Otherwise, it will be mankind with the not so good quality exists. So, protecting, continuing cooperation international is very important. How the best and the good policy of a state actually could bring billions of dollars livelihood to people without making so much interventions. But of course, it needs a firm and top-down goodwill and commitment, times more. So I would like also to highlight here, by guarding and protecting this resource and make restriction and regulation on how the way you want to exploit or taking the fish out from the sea, is also you kept the productivity in place. Means sustainability. The only way to go with restriction and regulation and guarding these resources is only more productivity, not less. And we can see from Indonesia result. The biomass increased 3 times than most of the ocean is happening right now. Where most of the ocean in many parts of the world depleting their biomass 3 times faster than its study. Indonesia earned almost 3 times. We had much more plankton, much more fertile, our water. Mean the fish growing bigger and more. But of course, threats are still there. The practice in Indonesia of IUU fishing had been for decades. Now we are moving into cracking down the domestic, illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. With the numbers that we had here, we still understand and aware that there are more than 60% of the catch actually still unreported by our own fishermen. And Excellencies, distinguished guests, is this only happen in Indonesia? Do you think those 10,000 vessels, after they move away from Indonesia, they going to their home base? Do you believe that? No. They are moving, looking for country who give them license, who giving concession of their water to be fished by foreign vessels. Of course, some they will tell, we're not fishing in your economy zone. We are fishing in your high seas. And do you believe that? Do you believe the resource of fish are mostly in the high seas? I think we should not believe that. The high seas is become a place now, because it's unprotected, to coordinate between all these fishing vessels with the collecting vessel. This collecting vessel is the machine, is washing machine for the fish. From illegal become legal. With our Global Fishing Watch here, there's a gentleman from Global Fishing Watch. You can explain later how they change and how they mirroring sometimes they eyes or they VMS, they monitoring vessel. While you realize, oh, they are not here, but they actually still in your water. There are several camouflage maneuver that they do, that they can always do different than what they did, and they do. So, in this case, I really would like to highlight everyone for the next 2 days, your seminar. All the result of what we had, the book, matter, and the things of it will be spoken by all experts. So in this opportunity, I just would like to tell what we had and sharing you what we had experienced in the last 4.5 years. It is very important for all of us. By 2020, United Nations want to have resolution there is no more illegal fishing in the planet. Very good, very ambitious. But for me, it's a worry. Why? That means every single state who do distant fishing, quote, quote, illegal fishing, they will go to every country. And also the competitiveness index of our fisheries businesses, which is almost 20% on the business. The numbers was amazing for me. I did not intend to have that rate as much. Not even expecting. It's just an ordinary practices to protect our resources, to make sure that the missions of the President, the future of this nation, can depend on our oceans. So, Excellencies, distinguished guests, here I would like to highlight for the next 2-3 days for you to training and seminar, that it's so important to understand what IUU is for our ocean, for the sustainability of our resources. When you understand this, you will see here and then come to one will. We have to be agreed together. From 516 and plus 26 last month, foreign vessels that fish illegally in our water and being sunk. Until today, we haven't able to trace and take down the owner of the vessel. This is a big problem. This is a big homework for all of us here. African water is connected to Indonesian water. South American water is also connected to Indonesian water. We all one world, one oceans. If we still disagree on IUU fishing as a transnational organized crime, allow me here to put several cases. Divide it, that we take it down in 2017. Each crew by 4 or 5 nationalities, having 25 flags in their compartment. The captain from Ecuador, the master of engineer is from Chile, the captain from Chile, the master of engineer from Ecuador, the seaman, the fishing master from Thailand, other from Indonesia. The last STS-50 is crewing with 10 Russians and 20 Indonesians. And the last, I think, 8 flag, STS-50 having 8 flag, 6 times changing registration name of country. From Equatorial New Guinea to Panama to Mongolia and so on. And from tracking the phone, the cell phone communications, we find they communicate with the fishing industry in Singapore, in China, in Africa, in United States. So, the ship having flagged several flags, registered in several countries, in several years. The crew is many nationality. It's operated across nations. Sometimes they operate in South America, sometimes they operate in North America, sometimes they operate in Southern Sea. And crewing by more nationalities, so the seaman is coming from many nationalities. They sell it across nations globally. Why we still disagree on IUU fishing as a transnational organized crime? It's our resources, the oceans. And I think to realize in Indonesia is one of the most important protein resource diet for our nation. Because meat, we have to import most of it, and it's expensive, a minimum of $6–7 a kilo, as well as chicken. So fish is the only protein resource that's accessible by people, easy, and also cheap. Other than aquaculture, the capture fisheries is almost no cost to grow them. All it's needed, it's a guard of the state to protect its resources, to make it sure that there's no illegal fishing taking the fish before the fisherman. And the second, most of the fishing gear that they use on IUU fishing is a very expensive, intensive, and very modern, very effective fishing gear. Most of them using parrot trawl. Trawl that's length of 70 kilometers or 50 kilometers net pulling by 2 vessels, they will dredge all your seabed effectively. We just learned from Indonesia, Chandra or trawler, with 6 kilometers length of rope. It's sweeping almost 280 hectares. Can you imagine if a vessel, 500 GB in average, with more than 50 kilometers rope of net, sweeping your seabed?
Strategic value of diplomacy as the friendship and the shared commitment forged by these cooperations promote the role of the South as the key players in the global collective effort to safeguarding marine and fishery resources and protecting human against crimes in the sea. Now, to better understand the international training program within the framework of South-to-South cooperations, we would like to invite the Secretary General of the Ministry, Mr. Milano. Please, sir.
Her Excellency, Madam Susi Pudiasmudi, Minister of Marine Affairs and Business of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellencies, Ambassadors from partnering countries, distinguished representatives from international organizations, Indonesian ministries and provincial governments, training participants. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, on behalf of the organizing committee, please allow me to express my highest appreciation and utmost gratitude for Her Excellency, Madam Susi Pudiasmudi, for being with us here today for official opening of the International Program on Marine, Fisheries and Maritime Security, and also international workshop on IUU fishing and organized crimes in the fishing industry, from Indonesia to the world. To our distinguished guests and participants, on behalf of the Government of the Republic of Indonesia, I would like to extend our warmest welcome and appreciation for your participants. It is indeed our honor and pleasure to host this important program. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in the effort to promote sustainable business practices globally today, the Government of the Republic of Indonesia, through a close collaboration between Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Presidential Task Force to combat illegal fishing, or we known as Satgas 115, is hosting international capacity building programs with a team, the International Training Program on Marine Fisheries and Maritime Security, and international workshop on IUU fishing and organized crimes in the fishing industry, from Indonesia to the world. In this regard, I'm honored to report that 35 officials from 20 countries are participating in the training program, and 7 international prominent persons become speakers of the IUU fishing workshop. About 250 distinguished guests are attending the opening ceremony today. The event is
for joining us here. Today we have 2 important events: the opening of International Training Program on Marine, Fisheries and Maritime Security, and also the International Workshop on IUU fishing and organized crime in fishing industry. I would like to also convey my highest appreciation to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia for the collaboration in co-hosting this event for our Minister. Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, we all understand how important the ocean for us. And we do believe, we all also understand that the ocean doesn't need us. We need the ocean more than the ocean needs us. 71% of our planet is oceans. And one world is one ocean. We are connecting. So the fish stock that's happened in Indonesia is also supplying most of the around and also globally around the world. So the sustainability of every marine resources in one country will affect also the fish stock in another country. The cooperation between countries is very important. The video had been explained to all of us here how Indonesia in the last 4 years fighting illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. Since Bapak Joko Widodo, our president in 2014, bringing the mission, new mission for Indonesia, which before having oriented to agriculture, and now we want to become a maritime country. We want to become we want to make the ocean as the future of our nations, which is very realistic, and it should be, because 71% of our country is also ocean. But we had been experienced in the lately 2 decades before 2014, especially after 2001, when Indonesia started giving license to foreign fishing vessels to have Indonesian flag and fishing in our country. We lost almost 50% of our fisheries household down. Why? Because there's no more fish to fish. Learning from that, I had been experienced as a fish trader from 1982 to 2000. I had seen the up and down in the industry. While one day, 2000, we almost have no fish left to export anymore, not to buy. No more to buy and no more to export. We lost so much of these professions, which we cannot afford anymore now with our growing population every year, almost 1.5%. And at the moment, we have position almost 260 million population. We need more resources. We need more source for our protein diet for this nation. So the mission of Pak Jokowi is just in the right time and in the right place. And our ministerial executing it in 3 pillars. One is sovereignty, the second is sustainability, and the third is prosperity. We expect the third one is coming automatically when the first 2 are being done appropriately. So what we have done for the first is we make sure to combat the illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing till the last ship that is fishing illegally in our water. And we do it consistently. To tell here it is not easy. It's a big business behind and a big organization behind. And it's a very well connected country to country. In 2014, November, when I'm in the office, we had seen and tried to count every single dot of light that said its axis of vessel in our water. We realized that it's more than 10,000 foreign vessels fishing in our water. While I tried to dig out in my office how many licenses had been issued actually by Indonesia for those foreign vessels. And Excellencies, distinguished guests, is no more than 1,300. So what's happened? One license, 10, 20, maybe 15 vessels. The same color, the same name. That's how they operate. So first step that we do is we had issue moratorium on ex-foreign vessel. So we not allowed any ex-foreign vessel above 30 gross tonnage to operate in our water for 6 months. While 6 months we do the analysis and evaluation, and then I move to another 6 month extended, and then finally we realized, we learn, we take our lessons, and President decided to shut down foreign vessel from all any fishing activity in Indonesia water. And by 2016, after almost 2 years, we do the research, and then we see the fish stock are increased almost 100% than what was before.
and gentlemen, the video we just watched shows that Indonesia has actively implemented development cooperation